Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dade County away opener against Lafayette. Tonight, the Wolverines are looking to bounce back from their loss against Pepperell last week. It was a close game at 14-21, but in the end, we could not pull it off.
Yeah, it was a very heartbreaking loss for the Wolverines. They were really leading the entire game until we got there. Fourth quarter, couple of questionable calls by the refs, maybe a PI, maybe not, a couple of flags thrown, and then just giving up that big punt return for a touchdown. The Wolverines can never get that momentum back.
Yeah, looking at the offensive stats from last week, on offense we were pretty rough in the passing game with Wayne Garmany going 5 for 19 with only 74 yards and 2 interceptions and then 1 passing touchdown. However, things did look better on the rushing side where Hayden Dunn rushed for 5 times, 103 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, on the defense, though, they looked really good. Rusty, 1 sack, 1 tackle, five assists on tackles, and 3 pressures on the quarterback. Nick Moreland, 9 tackles, 5 assists, a forced fumble. Cannon Womack, 3 tackles, 3 assists, 1 TFL, and another forced fumble. The Wolverines have to make those fumbles, and they have to capitalize on them.
Yeah, turnovers have been a big part of this defense so far this year. And if the Wolverines keep them coming, we're looking at a pretty good defense this year, especially with the rougher defense last year. Well, we'll talk about Lafayette after we come back from a 1-minute commercial break. We'll be back in 1 minute.
In public schools, we don't just imagine our futures, we make them real.
Mr. Biller's class have learned how to troubleshoot and use problem-solving skills and critical thinking skills in his class, and learn how to use 3D printing to make parts for the green power car that we use to earn money for our class, and of course, open up different career paths for me for the future.
Being in healthcare has truly shown me how many possible career paths there are. Being able to work hands-on and learn about the things I'm interested in has really helped prepare me for the future. I've developed different medical skills and terminology, used teamwork, and learned the meaning of responsibility in this class. It has set me up for any path I choose to take.
This class has opened up a lot of possibilities for me because it showed me how many different career paths are in construction. Mr. Howard's class has taught me many skills like carpentry and electrical, and now I have the skills to pursue any career path I want in the construction industry.
In public schools, every student has endless possibilities.
And we're back. So one thing that one thing Lafayette did good against Chattooga was put it on them offensively. 33 points, only giving up 14. Their running back, Z Harris, number 2, is going to be a big contributor along with number 5, Bryson Person. I don't believe the Wolverines saw their starting quarterback last year. Alex Hickson sounds like a new name. I do not remember. Wolverines offensively, definitely the pass game needs to stay consistent. There were a couple things where they could string it together and get a couple good passes, and the run game. One thing the Wolverines need to do more of, if I were them, was mix it up. Because in the first half, it was very run-heavy. Second half, very pass-heavy. The Wolverines didn't really mix it up a lot, so they need to, try to blend them together and make this Lafayette defense not really know what the next play is going to be by using the same kind of formations and such.
Yeah, definitely. And we definitely need the Wayne Garmany back that we had in the preseason game against Chattooga Prep. That game, he was pretty much unbeatable. He went only 11 for 24, but just about every time he was rushed, he was able to keep his cool and his demeanor and did not let the pressure of that get to him. He passed for 2 touchdowns in that game with one rushing touchdown, my bad.
One thing that Wynn did do very good was against Pepperell was when he was pressured, he was able to roll out and get yards that by finding gaps in the defense of Pepperell. They need to be able to throw the ball to more targets. because last game the best receiver, and really I think maybe only the receiver that caught most of the passes, Hayden White, 2 receptions for 21 yards. Of course, Hayden Dunn had a receiving touchdown and 2 total catches, 36 yards. But Hayden Dunn is going to be the running back 1 for the Wolverines. I believe that number 2 will be Cannon Womack.
Yeah, I talked to Poston this week, and he said that they're going to swap drives between Cannon and Hayden, with Colt Owens coming in maybe a couple times a drive, if that. He'll just go in to give the 2 starters a break. All right, we're going to go to a 2-minute commercial break. We'll be back with more Dade County football on DCTV.
Welcome to Dade County High Schools, where we live by public schools' endless possibilities.
We start early, from elementary through middle school and finally high school, exploring careers and learning real-world skills. From healthcare to media and broadcasting, and even to agriculture, where we learn responsibility, hard work, and leadership, building skills that last a lifetime. From science and technology to innovation and problem solving, the possibilities are endless. Sharing meals, building friendships, and growing together. Creativity shines in every corner. Performing, expressing, and inspiring, with endless opportunities to show your spirit. In the classroom, on the field, or in the community. Because learning doesn't stop at the classroom door. Dade County Schools, where endless possibilities begin.
In public schools, every season brings new opportunities.
From building with your hands
to teamwork on the field.
Family on me, family on 3, 1, 2, 3, family!
And creativity in the classroom.
Where rhythm
and harmony
build the future.
Public schools also open doors to give back.
And to prepare for the future.
Public schools, endless possibilities, and it all starts here.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV as these 2 teams are getting ready to line up. Tonight, for our keys to the game, for offense, I have decided to go with keep a consistent running game and give Hayden the ball early, because last week he had only 5 touches and 103 yards, and that is something that we just need to replicate tonight, especially against this Lafayette defense. On the defensive side of the ball, we need to contain the running game. Lafayette's got 2 really good running backs, and they're going to be swapped out pretty consistently all night. It is number 2, Z Harris, and number 5, Bryson Pinson. Those 2 were a huge threat against Chattooga and a huge piece in that victory against them last week.
My keys to the game. Get the passing game going early for the offense. Last game against Pepperell, there were struggles with the pass game early where they just wouldn't pass the ball a lot, and it was kind of odd to see the Wolverines lean on the run so much that had kind of struggled in the past games, but it was luckily able to work, and they were able to keep it close. But one thing the Wolverines need to do is get the passing game going early and keeping it consistent. Now, for the defense for the Wolverines, they need to get stops quickly. They need to not have LaFayette be able to wear down on this defensive front, because the Wolverines do not have a lot of depth up front compared to other teams. So if LaFayette's able to wear down on them, it will cause a lot of disruption in the front. As long as the Wolverines can get off the field quick and maybe the offense can stay out there longer, it'll allow the Wolverine defense to stay more fresh and more able to stop the run.
Yeah, that's going to be the key to tonight. Keep our defense strong, and we need to score more than we did last week. 14 points was not enough against Pepperell, so I'm pretty confidently going to say it's not going to be enough to beat Lafayette. This high run-powered offense is super strong, and they're going to wear down the defense, no matter if our drives are short or long. So it's going to happen eventually. We just got to last as long as we can.
Yeah, the Wolverines definitely, especially early in the game, they need to try to keep the offense try to keep the offense out very long, and the defense needs to really get stops on third down and fourth down if it's short. They need to minimize the ability of Lafayette's running game to the outside and be able to diagnose the run whenever it's going to the inside.
Yeah, our defense has definitely been a lot better against these inside runs. So if we can figure out the outside run game and contain them to the inside, then we're going to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, Wolverines need to be able to stop the outside runs and force them inside. One thing the edges need to do for the Wolverines is win up front. The Wolverines need to seal off the outside and force Lafayette to go inside where the defensive line is much better and much stronger.
Yeah, that's got to happen tonight. The Lafayette Ramblers are getting ready to run out, and the Wolverines are just now walking out. We're trying to see who their captains are. It looks like Cash Christensen is not a part of that group tonight, but I think Rusty Hartline is out there as one of them, which makes sense as he got the Defensive Player of the Week for the Wolverines, having 1 sack, 1 tackle, and 5 assists, along with 3 quarterback pressures. So he was great at getting to the quarterback last week, and he's got to do that again, especially when Lafayette is able to or decides to pass the ball. If they can do it, or if we can stop them there, then we'll force them to run it and get these running backs tired as soon as we can.
The other 3 captains seem to be Win Garmany, of course, the quarterback. He has got to have a big game today to guarantee Wolverine win. Trip Hill, I believe, is the one on the very end with Hayden Dunn in between. Hayden Dunn, of course, the big running back that was able to get the big gains. He's not very big, but he's super fast. He's super shifty, and he's able to get big plays. Trip Hill is going to be a force up front for this Wolverines if they want to stop the run and get the run going.
Yeah, absolutely. As these two teams are going to meet in the middle, we'll be back in about 1 minute with the decision of the toss. We'll be back in 1 minute.
In every neighborhood, every street, and every community, there's a place where possibilities aren't just dreams, they're reality. And for us, that place is DCHS. A place where potential grows and futures are forged. Every student who walks through these doors carries the potential to create, innovate, and grow, not just for their future, but for the world around them. In the hands of every teacher and every student, there are resources to shape tomorrow's world. You'll find all the resources, support, and opportunities to reach your full potential within the heart of DCHS.
And we are back as the two teams are speaking to the refs right now. Tonight, I believe the Wolverines are going to start off pretty run-heavy in the first drive. I talked to Poston, and he wants to establish the running game as soon as he can. It looks like the Wolverines have decided to decline the kick, so I believe Lafayette will be getting the ball first.
I think that's good. I think the Wolverines need to get the ball in the second half. They got the ball to start it. Never mind. Dade is actually getting the ball. So Dade will receive just like they did last game. I don't know really how I feel about it. I like it because we started off hot last game, but I would really like to see the Wolverines kind of wear down on this Lafayette defense a little bit more.
Last week, the Wolverines were able to get a quick start with the rushing game with a 69-yard rushing touchdown to start off the game. If the Wolverines can do that again tonight, it would be great. But if we do have to start a little bit slower, it won't be a big deal. As long as we can keep the momentum going. We just cannot lose it like we did last week.
Yes, the Wolverines need to keep the momentum compared to last week. With last week, last week being such a quick start and just kind of tapering off. The Wolverines cannot have that happen. They need to stay consistent, and they need to keep the run game going and also get the pass game going early, showing LaFayette more threats than maybe we showed Pepperell last week.
Wolverines are running out now. We'll see who is in the backfield to receive this kick tonight. Last week we had Hayden Dunn, Hayden White, and I believe one time we had Bryson Bethune, and
Evan Mims.
Most of the other times it was Evan Mims. So we'll see if Poston decides to go with that same combination or if he decides to mix it up.
Yeah.
We didn't have many great returns last week, so he might decide to change things up a little bit. But that would be special teams definitely need to improve this week.
Yeah, special teams last week, that punt return was really the reason we lost. The special teams need to focus on stopping the run. They need to focus on not allowing these big returns and them finding gaps. The defense or the special teams needs to kind of just like circle around the returners and slow them down.
It looks like it is going to be Hayden White, Hayden Dunn, and Evan Mims in the backfield again. I think that is a pretty good idea, as you've got two of your faster guys on the team, and then you've got Evan Mims, who is able to break tackles pretty well. We saw that in the Chattooga Prep game. We'll need that to happen more tonight because we did not see much out of him during the Pepperell game last week. And here comes the kick, and we are off. It's going to be a quick little squib kick, and Colt Owens gets it, and he goes straight down. So the Wolverines are going to start this game on the 40-yard line. I'd say that's a pretty good start for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that is a great start. That was the last thing I expected. I was expecting them to boot it deep because the Wolverines had trouble kind of returning the ball apart for a couple times last week. But instead they pooch kick it, and luckily Colt Owens got the hands and was able to just get the ball and get down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they were just trying to catch us off guard or what, but it worked out in our favor for sure. Looks like we've got Drew Double, Hayden White, and Evan Mims out at receiver with Hayden Dunn at the running back position. He motions Hayden. It's going to be a screen pass to him, and he's able to get around one guy, and he goes down for about 5 yards on the first play of this game.
Pretty good game. Way to get the passing game going. Last week, the Wolverines had trouble passing the ball and just getting it out. That's kind of how Hayden Dunn scored his touchdown, except it was over a Pepperell defender. So if they can get that open, and he can use those legs to really get around this defense and get into open space.
Yeah, we need to get the ball to him tonight. It looks like Colt Owens is in the running back position, so we'll see what happens there. He hands it to Evan Mims pretty quickly, and he's going to lose about a yard on that play, so it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Wolverines, or 3rd and 5.
Yeah, I'd like right here, that was the Wolverines do run a lot of those end arounds, but what I'd like to see here from the Wolverines is kind of a short, maybe a medium length crosser, try to get it beyond the 50-yard line.
Yeah, last play it looks like Hayden Dunn was in the fullback position, more on the line, and he motions Hayden Dunn again, and he's got Garmity's taking it himself, and he's not even going to slide. He's just going to go for it, and he's finally down around the 35-yard line, so that's going to be a huge game for the Wolverines and a first down.
That was a new play. Normally on the halfback screens they would run against Pepperell and Chat Prep, it would just go straight to the halfback, or on the quarterback keepers, the offense line would follow him and kind of tell the defense where he was going. But he did a great job there. I don't know if it was an audible call. I don't know if that was how they drew it up, but it worked to perfection and got him a big first down.
Yeah, the defense was definitely expecting a screen pass right there, as that was what we did the first play of the game. And it looks like the defensive line almost jumped right there, but they were able to keep their feet and stay back, and it's going to be Garmity moving out of the pocket, and he gets it quickly to Evan Mims, and he goes down for about 3 yards.
Good play there. Just getting these short, quick passes, getting the offense rolling, and I'm expecting here to see more handoffs, maybe to Hayden Dunn starting soon, or maybe they're going to lean on the pass here. Maybe show LaFayette the opposite of what they showed Pepperell last week.
Yeah, Poston may have changed his mind since last week, but it seemed like he was going to get the running game going early, but he may have changed his mind, especially to get Wynn's confidence back up after the rough game last week. That is definitely going to be key tonight.
Yeah, have him. Oh, I think they're gonna get him. Yeah.
It's going to be an offsides call on the Ramblers, and it's going to be 2nd and 3 for the Wolverines.
One thing Win Garmany has done very consistently was having a really good hard count, forcing the defensive fronts he's faced. Both Chat Prep, Pepperell, and LaFayette now have all jumped at least once. Now they've kind of not worked as much nearing the end of the game, but they have been working consistently to start, and that's going to be a free way to get first downs or get close to first downs.
Yeah, I would be curious to see how many times he's gotten the defense to jump off sides this year, because it's been a lot more than I feel like already last year. It's going to be a quick pass to Drew Dubel, and he's breaking a tackle. He fought, and he's going to be brought down around the 16-yard line, and that's going to be another first down for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Wolverines doing a great job getting the passing game going early. This is really what they needed. What I think my key to the game was get the passing game going early. This is what they're doing. They are passing the ball a lot. Now, I don't want to see them just relying on the pass game. I want to see them being able to run the ball as well.
Yeah, we cannot let the momentum of that running game die off, especially with multiple big carries for Hayden Dunn last week. We've got him in the running back position now. We'll see if they decide to hand it off. And no, it's going to be another pass, and there is a flag thrown. It's probably going to be a false start on the Wolverines.
Yeah, one thing the Wolverines had happen a lot last week was these false starts and pushing them back. But right now, I like that pass. Hayden White was wide open. He's a very shifty guy. He may have been able to break that cornerback and get the touchdown. But, hopefully we can draw up something that good again.
Yeah, Hayden White definitely looked like he was pretty open with only one defensive back near him, so that he probably would have been able to break that tackle. And he's got Evan Mims on that pass, and he's going to gain about 4 yards, so he'll get most of that penalty back, and it's going to be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, 2nd and 11 here. One thing the Wolverines, they're really just passing the ball here. The Wolverines aren't mixing it up as much as I would like, but it's working, so as long as they can keep this pass game going consistently, I like the way Wolverines are working.
Yeah, we cannot die down in the red zone, though. We need a quick score. Definitely a touchdown needed to set the tone early in this game. He motions Mims, and it's going to be a handoff to Hayden Dunn, and he breaks tackle, and he is just fighting against this Rambler defense, and he's still not down, but they blow the whistle. I did not think he was down or stopped, but the Ramblers are going to catch a break right there, and it's going to be a 3rd and 2 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, his forward progress had not stopped for long, but it had kind of slowed down. So I guess the refs just thought he was going down. But I don't agree with that. I thought they should have just let him play it out and let him keep going.
Yeah, I agree.
A dog.
Yeah, he is hard to bring down, and I think that could have been a touchdown if they had let that keep going, because he only had one guy on him at that moment. It's going to be only 2 receivers and a running back on this play, and it's going to be another fake handoff, and Wynn's going to take it himself, and he's trying to get there, but he's going to have a first down, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Wolverines on the 5-yard line.
Great job there by Win Garmany on that read option. He read the defender coming in, and whenever the defender broke in on Hayden, he knew to keep it, and he didn't cut up field because he had that defender kind of trailing in front of him, but whenever he was able to go forward, he was able to kind of break off a tackle and get big yards.
Yeah, I agree. I think right here is where you want to see, you want to see a handoff to Hayden Dunn and just let him pound through that Rambler defense. And they jumped, but they're not going to get a flag again. That's the 2nd time tonight that there is no flag as the Ramblers jump. It's going to be a handoff to Colt Owens, and he is pushing through, and he's going to get down to about the 2-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Wolverines.
Yeah, 2.5 yard line. If I'm the Wolverines here, that was actually a new formation. I don't think we had ever seen that from the Wolverines.
No, that's the first time that we've seen that this year. I do remember seeing that a couple times last year towards the end of the year, so it may be something the Wolverines are trying to bring back. It's going to be a handoff to Hayden Dunn this time, and he's going to get through for a touchdown. Touchdown, Wolverines.
What a drive there. They mixed it up. So at the start, they were really hard leaning on the pass, but whenever they got into the red zone, they were leaning on that run. And Hayden Dunn is such a hard runner. He's able to get downfield, and now what the Wolverines need to do in the upcoming drives is stay this consistent and keep letting this offense just kind of flow.
Yeah, that's exactly what we needed to see. Keep the Rambler defense unbalanced and not knowing what we're going to do. And the Wolverines are back in that trick formation that they tried a few times last week. And we'll see what they do. And they're actually going to go for 2 right there, and it is incomplete. It is through the hands of Jack Floyd, the sophomore this year.
It was a tough throw, but it was a great throw by Wynn. You want to reel that in. And we'll be back in 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DC TV.
Coach Freeman.
Hey, what's up?
This is Shane Gillis. He's one of our newest donors.
Hey, Coach, how are you? Hey, good to meet you.
We've met a bunch of times. Coach, I got to tell you, his donations do come with some requests.
Okay, like?
And he also wants his own whistle.
Whistle?
Let's go! Here we go. Another play.
Here we go. Another play. Run it back. I didn't love it.
And we are back as Drew Double is setting up the football to kick it away, as he is our kickoff guy this year. We'll see if he can get it back into the back of the end zone as he was doing against Chattooga Prep. Try and bring back that power that he had the first game. He was not able to bring that during the Pepperell game, and they got a couple big returns off of that, so we definitely want to avoid that tonight. We'll see what he does. And it's going to be a decent kick, but it's going to go out of bounds around the 20-yard line, so that's going to be a flag, and that's going to hurt.
Yeah, it's going to hurt the Wolverines, but it's not going to give them as good a field position as LaFayette gave us. So the Wolverine defense right here, they need to go out. They cannot let these drives last long. The Wolverine offense did a great job. They took up about half the first quarter. That's given the defense a lot of time to get ready and be prepared. What I want to see the Wolverine offense do is do that later in the game. Have those long, consistent drives that take a while and wear down a lot.
So it looks like the refs are going to have Drew re-kick this ball around the 35-yard line. And so I guess this will be better than giving the Ramblers that good field position that they were going to have. So we'll see if he can get a better kick this time.
I guess, but I do think LaFayette had the opportunity to decline or accept. So accept would be get it, I think, 35. Decline, make him kick it from the 35. So maybe they haven't seen a lot about his leg, but hopefully he can get this one clean and send it deep.
Yeah, it looked like he got the wrong angle on that ball, and here's another one. And that's going to be a shorter one, but it's going to be right up the middle, and they're going to return it, and he goes right into a big group of Wolverines. They're going to get around the 42-yard line to start their drive.
Smart call by LaFayette there to have them re-kick it. Drew just kind of got, I guess, on top of it, and it was just kind of a straight line kick. Maybe that was the call. Squib kick it, kind of maybe have one of the LaFayette players touch it, and it like ricochet off, make it easier for the Wolverines to get it. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I didn't mind that kick, especially with the field position. Just make sure it doesn't go out of bounds again and let them return it and see what they can do. Just see the returners early tonight. And it's going to be a run with number 5, and he's going to be stopped pretty quickly. He's going to gain only about a yard. That's number 5, Bryson Pinson. We're going to see a lot of him tonight, along with the other running back, number 2, Z Harris.
The Wolverine made that tackle. Evan Mims did a great job. Now, the Wolverines have moved a couple guys to the defense, I heard. Moved to Hayden White, but I don't see him out there, so I'm not too sure. I don't know. This LaFayette offense could call for some flips and switches in this Wolverine defense with how.
Yeah, that's going to be another run. That's going to be their fullback, number 40, and he is going to get. It looks like he's going to have a first down right at the first down yard line. So
they're going to give it to him, I believe.
Yes, they are.
Big, hard run up the middle by that fullback. The Wolverines can't have that happen.
Yeah, that was number 5, Ethan Lynch. That is the other guy that we're going to see run the ball a decent amount tonight. It was number 40, sorry. But he is, when they need a guy that's just strong and has a lot of power, that's who we're going to see tonight.
Whoa, kind of a weird formation. No one in the backfield, so I'm expecting them to drop back and pass here.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be a handoff to number 5, Bryson Pinson, and he breaks one tackle, but he is finally taken down. He's going to gain about 7 on the play.
This Wolverine defense really got to watch for those end arounds. They do that, and then whenever number 40's in the game, I believe that's when you can expect the runs up the middle and them just get downfield and get big yards.
Yeah, we're already seeing a lot of that running game as we expected. So we got to keep them going from the outside, because if they're gonna just keep coming the outside, it's gonna be hard for the Wolverines to stop it.
This is kind of what Pepperell ran a lot with those quarterback sneaks in the Wildcat. I'm not too sure what they're going to do
Yeah,
here.
it's going to be a screen pass to number 1, and he almost slips, but he is able to keep his feet, and he's breaking tackles, and he is going to be gone. It's going to be a touchdown for LaFayette.
What a play there by the number 1, the wide receiver Tay Ware, getting upfield and just making a huge play.
Yeah, he was able to break multiple tackles on that play, and by the time he broke free, the Wolverines just were not able to catch him. We had Bryson Bethune down kind of far, but he had a bad angle on him, and so he was not able to catch him either.
One thing the Wolverines did a lot positive was almost block a couple kicks against Pepperell. Maybe
and
they can.
It's going to be a high kick, and it is going to be good. So LaFayette is going to take a 7-6 lead in this first quarter.
We'll be back in 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DCTV.
Let's go, boys.
Do they know you by name? Study your tape. Flinch, hearing your number. Do they dread the very sight of you on the field?
Ready? Hey!
They will now.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV. I think the Wolverines need to retaliate here and get a score, maybe a quicker score right here, just to work off that adrenaline that Lafayette has right here against us. So we'll see if maybe we can give it to Hayden Dunn for a big run play as we saw last week.
I don't know. I think the Wolverines should have more of a longer, drawn-out drive like they had last time and just take time off the clock. Because if they can score and take some time off the clock, it will be a really good thing. Because Lafayette only took about 2 minutes off on that entire drive.
Yeah, we've got about 4 minutes left in this quarter. And this one's going to be a deeper kick, and it's going to be Hayden Dunn who gets it, and he's going to return it. He's broken one tackle, and he's down around the 30-yard line. So that's a decent return for the Wolverines. That's probably pretty similar to what we saw against Pepperell. Nothing huge, but enough to get it in decent field position to start this drive.
Yeah, Wolverines. I think what we're going to see a lot more of is more of the runs up the middle, more of the runs to the outside, but also more of those short in routes, short out routes, and more rollouts from Win Garmony, which we saw a couple times last drive, and they worked very well.
Yeah, I think if we could get one of those to Hayden White, we could see something big here with his quickness and ability to break free. And this is going to be a pass to Jack Floyd, and he is pulled and dragged out of bounds around the line of scrimmage, but I think he's going to have about a 1 yard gain.
Yeah, well, it was the rollout and the quick out route, but I think what the Wolverines should maybe do is kind of set up a deep pass off that and try to catch the safeties for Lafayette kind of creeping up. So hopefully the Wolverines, when they roll out and they see that underneath route, Lafayette will come up and have Drew Double, maybe Evan Mims wide open deep downfield.
Yeah, last week we did have some plays similar to that, except Win Garmony just did not see his man, and he's going to be pressured right here, so he's going to have a deep pass to Jack Floyd, but it is over his head just barely. He slowed down a little bit at the end of that route, and I think he could have had it if he didn't slow down.
Yeah, Jack Floyd just needed to accelerate up and get that ball. He cannot miss that catch. That would have been a huge catch, and also maybe Win could have took a little bit more off of it and put it more on him.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what the Wolverines call right here. Jax McMahon is going out of the play. He also had a pretty decently deep route on that play. He was open quite a few times last week, but I don't think he had any targets. It's going to be a pass, and it's going to be quickly to number 24, Jack Floyd, and it's going to be incomplete.
just over Jack Floyd again. They tried to get him on that seam route, and it was just a little bit overthrown with the safety just kind of lurking right there. Lucky it wasn't intercepted, and it was just a little bit underthrown to him and a little bit overthrown for Jack Floyd.
Yeah, Wayne Garmony's back in the punt position as he has been all year. The Ramblers do send 2 punt returners back, so this could be the game where we do see a fake punt, but it looks like their coach did have them ready for it, so this is going to be a pretty good kick, and it's going to hit down around the 20-yard line. It's going to roll out of bounds around the 21, so that is where the Ramblers will start their next drive.
We will be back in 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DCTV.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
And we are back with the Wolverine defense out on the field and lined up now. The Ramblers are back in that same formation. It's just going to be another end around by number 5, Bryson Pinson. And it was a pretty good hit by Colt Owens, as I think Evan Mims had him wrapped up, and Colt Owens just came over top and hit him pretty hard in the head. He's going to gain about 7 on that play, so it's going to be 2nd and 3.
One thing the Wolverines did really good against Pepperell was on those kind of runs, getting out to the outside, sealing it off, and forcing tackles for loss. What the Wolverines need here is definitely look for a tackle for loss and look for that big run up the middle with number 40.
Yeah, if they can catch one of those end arounds behind the line of scrimmage, then that could be used for a pretty decent loss. And that's another one to number 24. That's one of their receivers, and he's going to have a first down, and he's going to be finally taken down around the 37-yard line, but there is a flag, so we'll see what that is.
There's a flag on the play, and I believe it was holding on number I couldn't really tell. It looked like a number 20, but it was a holding call, and it's that's going to make it about 2nd and 7 since they're going to redo that.
Yeah, that's a good break for the Wolverines. Definitely something we needed. That was number 24 with the catch, Hagan English. He is not listed on their offense, but he is listed on the defense as a middle linebacker. He is pretty big, and he was able to break a couple tackles right there to get past the line of scrimmage and into first down territory.
Yep, but now with LaFayette behind the sticks, the Wolverines need to bulk up. They need to get a stop. They need to look for that outside end around, that outside power sweep, and that big run up the middle with the fullback.
Yeah, it looks like they are in position to pass the ball, and it is going to be a pass. It's going to be a screen pass to Bryson Pinson. He's got a decent catch, but there's another broken tackle, and Hayden Dunn is trying to catch him, and he is just breaking free, and he is going to break another tackle, and that's going to be another touchdown for Lafayette.
Those big screenplay. Well, looked like there may have been a holding at the bottom, but they didn't call it. And the Wolverines have not been able to wrap up on those screen passes to their wide receivers of Lafayette, which are very, very, very electric.
Yeah, that's the second screen pass touchdown that Lafayette's had tonight. And that was a very big missed call by the refs. Another holding call that should have been called, and that's going to be not a great kick, but it's going to get through, so it's going to be 14-6 with Lafayette taking the lead.
We will be back in 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DCTV.
I've got more on the line because I've trained too hard to let up now.
Some people chase dreams. I ran from reality. Every day, it's the same battle. Me versus that voice.
Discipline isn't what I do, it's who I am.
So when that moment finally comes, I don't rise to it, I return to it.
Powerade, it takes more.
go, boys.
Do they know you by name? Study your tape. Flinch, hearing your number. Do they dread the very sight of you on the field?
Ready? Hey!
They will now.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV as Lafayette just scored their second touchdown to take a 14-6 lead. Bryson Pinson, he's been their key receiver and running back tonight, and he has showed no signs of stopping and is just powering through this Wolverine defense.
Yeah, the Wolverine defense on both touchdowns, they were screen passes that the Wolverines looked like they had contained at one point, but he just broke through. The Wolverines need to focus on getting better containment and just wrapping up, making tackles. Although there were a couple times where maybe there was a holding maybe on the last play, but even then the Wolverines have to be able to tackle and wrap up.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what kind of kick the Ramblers decide to go with this time, if it's another deep kick or if it's another one of those kind of squib or onside kicks. Couldn't really tell what it was that first time or what they were aiming to do.
Yeah, the Wolverines need to be ready for anything because they've seen both, and they luckily they had a pretty good return, and on that one that they started with good field position, they were able to capitalize.
And it's just going to be another deep kick. It looks like Evan Mims is going to receive this one, and he is going to be taken down pretty quickly, but he's going to get around the 27-yard line, so not a bad return.
No, not a bad return at all. Maybe about a 5-yard return, but it was already good field position from where he kind of fielded it, and him just getting up. Would like to see it at 30. Wolverines right here. They need to get the run game going right here, and they need to target more receivers than just Jack Floyd because it was a very, very, very big Jack Floyd just targeting with the two-point conversion going to him and the last couple of passes going to him.
Yeah, definitely. We've got, I believe that might be Cannon Womack and it's way over the head of Hayden White for that pass, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Wolverines. Hayden was pretty upset about that one. I don't know if it was a miscommunication or if Wynn just threw it over his head.
Just looked like a high throw. Looked like Hayden White was kind of sitting in a small gap in the zone, but he just overthrew him. So right now the Wolverines need to maybe try to get that deep ball going right here on a deep pass, or just hand it off, maybe a screen pass, maybe a quarterback keeper. Just do something to kind of take the pressure off Wynn.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be Cannon Womack's drive for the defense, and that's going to be a quick pass to number 13, Jax McMahon. He's going to get about 2 yards on that one.
Wolverines, if I'm looking for a medium length crossing, deep lane crossing. Try to get it beyond the 35, 40-yard line, and if it's in front, if it's at the 35, try to get it to where they're relatively open and they can cut up field. If it's at the 40, just put it on them and let them go down or get any extra yards. They just need a first down here. They need to take something off this defense.
Yeah, the defense is pretty tired still and does not need to go back on the field yet. We'll see what the play call is here. We've got Hayden Dunn back in the game in the running back position, so he's going to be used to block on this play, and Wynn Garmany is going to be rushed pretty quickly, and it's going to be a 4th and 4.
Wolverines just had one man break through that O-line. I couldn't really tell who it was, but put pressure on Wynn, forced him to roll out, and took his eyes off being way downfield and forced him to take off and could not get any more than he got.
Yeah, this is going to be a punt by Wynn Garmany, and I think if you're the defense here, you're a little bit upset you already come back on the field, but you've got to step up and stop them on this drive because they haven't been stopped yet.
Yeah, the Wolverine defense needs to focus on getting a big stop here.
It's another pretty good punt, and he's going to take it after a bounce, and he's going to be taken down around the 38-yard line. I think he had about 10 yards on that return.
We'll be back in 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DCTV.
Oh, you idiot!
We just ruined somebody's day.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV. The Ramblers are back in that same formation to start this drive, and it's going to be a handoff to number 40, and he's going to get about 6 yards before he is taken down, so it's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Ramblers.
This fullback line. It's a new formation the Wolverines have never seen before. Fed didn't even run this last year. They were more of a pass-heavy offense. So the Wolverines need to make a little bit more stack up front and stop these runs. And on those, whatever, it's just the quarterback in the backfield alone. It's probably a screen pass. I need to be able to digest that on the stop.
Yeah, we haven't seen any other passes other than screen passes from this quarterback so far. He is relatively inexperienced as he's been a senior, but last year it was a senior quarterback, and they are able to rally to that tackle pretty quickly, and it's going to be a gain of 2, and they are going to get the first down on that play, but that definitely looked better for this Wolverine offense as far as stopping them.
Yeah, this Wolverine defense did a better job there stopping that outside run and forcing it to go inside, but right now the Wolverines have really have to get a stop here and not allow them to score again.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter here. We're going to go to a 2-minute commercial break. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more Dade County football on DCTV.
Welcome to Dade County High Schools, where we live by public schools' endless possibilities.
We start early, from elementary through middle school, and finally high school. Exploring careers and learning real-world skills. From healthcare to media and broadcasting, and even to agriculture, where we learn responsibility, hard work, and leadership, building skills that last a lifetime. From science and technology to innovation and problem solving, the possibilities are endless. Sharing meals, building friendships, and growing together. Creativity shines in every corner. Performing, expressing, and inspiring. With endless opportunities to show your spirit. In the classroom, on the field, or in the community. Because learning.
And we're back. So I'm not sure if you've been able to hear beside us, but the guys at K-Win who used to do these broadcasts are right beside us because LaFayette didn't give us a lot of room. And they're trying to tell us that they're spitting more knowledge than us, and we all know they're lying. But it's all right. We do love them, and we appreciate that they're taking at least one thing off of our hands.
Yeah, absolutely. The Ramblers are back in that same formation. They do have 3 wide receivers out, but it's going to be another handoff to Bryson Pinson, and he's taken down pretty quickly. And actually, I believe that was Z Harris. That was his first carry of the game. He got about 5 yards.
Yeah, good job there by the Wolverines, forcing him back inside, giving him only 5 yards, but still you'd like to get those down to 2, maybe 3 yards, and just force those runs to the outside, maybe put people wider out on the edges, force them around, and force that wide receiver to come inside. I would think that we're going to look at this fullback carry here.
Yeah, they have number 40, Ethan Lynch, and yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. And he's going to get, well, I'm not sure what happened, but it was a fake. I believe it may have been a fake handoff, and he'd take it all the way for the touchdown.
That is the last thing the Wolverines needed. Everyone thought it was a handoff to the fullback. Even the LaFayette people beside us thought it was. And we thought he was stuffed. And then we just saw the quarterback just running downfield free.
Yeah, this is not a good start or a good look for this Wolverine defense. They've been strong all year until seeing this big defense or big offensive line from the Ramblers. And it's going to be a kick, and it is up, and it's through. It's going to be a 21-6 game.
That was not the Wolverines right here. When the offense comes back out, they have to apply. They have to respond because LaFayette has all of the momentum currently. And we will be back in 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DCTV. And we're back. Right now, the Wolverine offense, we were just talking about it, they have to take some time off with this drive, and they have to score. They cannot have another quick 3-and-out drive. They have to get a couple first downs and at least look promising enough to get a field goal.
Yeah, this defense definitely needs a break, and they're pretty gassed right now as they've given up 3 touchdowns that the play has started with either a screen pass or just a fake handoff, so it's been deep touchdowns every time. And it's going to be a decent kick, and it's going to be Hayden Dunn that receives it. He's going to take it out, and he's able to get around. He's got room. He's around the 40. He's finally taken out of bounds around the 45-yard line. So that is exactly what the special teams needed. So now we'll see if the offense can get some of that momentum back. And there's a late flag thrown by the Rambler coach, I believe. It's either going to be a sideline warning or maybe unsportsmanlike conduct.
I don't know, but I saw the referee on the ground, so maybe he tripped over a player being in the white. I'm not too sure, but it's going to be a flag.
I don't know if this is going to be a sideline warning.
So we'll see what the official call is here. The refs are discussing it, and he's talking to – here's the call.
Personal foul.
It's going to be a personal foul on LaFayette, so that's going to give the Wolverines an extra 15 yards. So they're going to start this drive on the Ramblers' 40-yard line, I believe. So that is going to be a great start for the Wolverines. Looks like it's going to be at the 41-yard line for the Wolverines.
Wolverines have to capitalize on this. Only have 41 yards to drive, and maybe only about 30 to get into field goal range. To at least score on this drive will be super big for the Wolverine offense here.
Yeah, I think you need to start with the run game because this passing game has not been on it tonight. If you can get the running game going a little bit, you can give Wynn a little bit of time to cool his nerves, and it's going to be a fake handoff, and Wynn's going to take it for about 9 yards. It's going to be a 2nd and 1.
Second time we saw that fake screen pass to Hayden Dunn. He's faked to it, and that's caused this entire LaFayette defense to bite, and that gives him wide open running lanes, and that's given him about 8 yards on that play. So now the Wolverines can hand the ball off the middle, maybe pass the ball here, and if it's incomplete, it still gives them short field on 3rd down, which is big.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to call here. I think the smart decision would be to just run it up the middle. We haven't seen much of this line for LaFayette. It's going to be a screen pass to Evan Mims, and he's able to break some tackles. He's going to be finally taken down around the 20-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down for the Wolverines.
Big 1st down for the Wolverines, getting it on that end around. That's one of the first successful end arounds we've seen this season for the Wolverines, and that one's a big one for about 15 yards. Wolverines need to continue to move the ball, go fast, and I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yeah, timeout here, LaFayette. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DCTV.
Let's go, boys.
Do they know you by name? Study your tape. Flinch, hearing your number. Do they dread the very sight of you on the field?
Ready? Hike!
They will now.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV. The Lafayette coach looks pretty upset with his defense right now. So they're getting more fired up right now. We'll see what Coach Poston calls right here. I think this is where you need to target Hayden White and try and get him open somewhere in the middle, or maybe even a screen pass to him.
Yeah, if I'm posting here, maybe you look for a little crosser to the end zone. Maybe take a shot to the end zone on 1st down. If that doesn't work, use that fake screen, regular screen pass, or just handoffs up the middle to get big plays.
Yeah, it looks like we've got Colt Owens in the backfield as the running back with Jax McMahon, Drew Double, and Hayden White as the receivers. And it's going to be a fake jet sweep to Jax McMahon, but the Ramblers are not going to bite. It's going to be a handoff to Colt Owens, and the ball is out. We'll see who gets this. Colt Owens dropped the ball as soon as he hit that pile. We'll see who has the ball. And the Wolverines did get back on it, and that's going to be about a 2nd and 9 for the Wolverines.
That is a huge break for the Wolverines. If they lost that ball, that would cause them to lose all the momentum, and that would be a absolute killer for the Wolverines. Right here, I want to see a pass play. Absolutely, a pass play is going to be the biggest thing for the Wolverines right now.
Yeah, I am wondering why Colt Owens has been running the ball a little bit more. It's going to be a handoff to Hayden Dunn, and he's going to break one tackle, and he's going to be finally taken down around the 14-yard line. It's going to be about a 3rd and 3.
Wolverines leaning on the run heavy. This once they get within, I'd say it seems once they get within the 25, they start leaning heavy on the run. Maybe take a fake screen pass and get it with Win. Maybe just throw a regular pass, just a little crosser over the middle, a little slant route, something that gets the running backs a break here.
Yeah, it's going to be a handoff to Cannon Womack on this play, and he's able to get through, and he is he's dragging, and he's going to be a touchdown for the Wolverines. Great play by Cannon Womack to just find a hole through this defense, and he finally is pushed in by, I believe that was Hayden White.
Cannon Womack, a big body power running back that's going to give defenses problems because he plays normally defensive end. And that makes him so much more stronger than all the other running backs we have, and that makes him bigger. So it allows the Wolverines to have him be more of a 3rd down and medium back and try to just get him to power through, and he's got the speed.
Yeah, it looks like Hayden Dunn is lined up to kick this PAT. I like this move because so far that fake formation has not worked much at all for the Wolverines. It's going to be a kick up, and it's good. It's going to be a 13-21 game with Lafayette retaining the lead, but we'll see if the defense can get back on the field and maybe get a snap after they've gotten a little bit of a break.
This defense absolutely needs to get a stop here. We will be back in 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DCTV.
I've got more on the line because I've trained too hard to let up now.
Some people chase dreams. I ran from reality. Every day, it's the same battle. Me versus that voice.
Discipline isn't what I do, it's who I am.
So when that moment finally comes, I don't rise to it, I return to it.
Powerade, it takes more.
We are back as the Wolverines are getting lined up to kick this ball away. I don't see Drew Double on the field. It looks like Hayden Dunn may be the one to kick this ball. I don't think it's a terrible decision because Drew Double hasn't had much power so far tonight.
I got an idea on what the Wolverines could do here. Hayden Dunn's super fast. If they kick it maybe up to the 50, if they make it look good, that drops that defense, it drops their Lafayette special teams back. Hayden Dunn can run up and get that ball because he's so fast.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to do here, and it is going to be a regular kick. It's going to land around the 16-yard line, and they're going to be able to return it. And the ball comes out, and it is returned by number 1 for the Ramblers, and there's finally a flag thrown, another flag, and he's finally taken out of bounds around the 48-yard line as the Ramblers caught a break and were able to get quite a few yards off of it.
That was insane, though, and those flags are definitely going to bring Lafayette back. That was a crazy just series of events to happen on that kickoff.
Yeah, one of the Wolverines were nailed and just pretty much tackled. I don't know if the Rambler thought that he was the one that had the ball or if he was just had some pent-up aggression and wanted to tackle somebody. I don't know what happened there, but that's going to set them back. The flag was thrown on the 30, so it might be around the 15 or 20-yard line after that.
If I have to guess what happened, I think that Lafayette player just saw the ball pop up and thought the worst and thought,
yeah,
the best for us, Dade County got the ball. So they were just trying to make a tackle and not allow a guy to get downfield and block. So right now, down at the 20-yard line, the Wolverines have to stop this Lafayette. They have to stop this Lafayette option game. They have to stop this Lafayette screen game right here.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the Wolverines decide to do against this run, but it has to be stopped. There's just no other option for this Wolverine defense. They've scored all 3 of their drives so far. They have to find some sort of solution. It's going to be a timeout by LaFayette before they start this drive.
That'll give the Wolverines some time to discuss what the play could be if they go back to the same play. And we'll be back in 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DCTV.
Oh, what was that? Ow! Eli, you idiot!
We just ruined somebody's day.
And we are back as the Dade County defense is back out on the field. And it's a first down and 10 right around the 20-yard line, maybe 19 for the Ramblers. I can't tell for sure, but it looks like they might have 12 men on the field. No, it is 11. I can tell now. They're back in that same formation with 3 receivers and the quarterback. It's going to be another end around to number 2, Z Williams, and he is just breaking free, and number 20, Hayden Dunn, slams him to the ground. That was a great tackle by him, but it is going to be a first down for the Ramblers.
Yeah, great tackle there. Way to make a tackle in space, which the Wolverines have been struggling with. But the Wolverines need to not allow those big plays to happen. They're running the same plays out of the same formations. The Wolverines have to be looking at it and just noticing that the same things that they're doing, and they need to be able to pick up on the patterns and stop them. This is going to be a screen pass.
Yeah, the Wolverines are just not picking up that they're playing the same plays just about every drive. It is going to be a screen pass to number 1. This is going to be another first down and a little bit more for the Ramblers, and he's got about 13 yards on that pass.
Once again, they're running the same plays out of the same formations. Thankfully, that one wasn't a touchdown like the other 2, but the Wolverines need to diagnose that play. It's going to the place where they're running trips to one side, and they're gonna get it to that guy over there. The Wolverines need to put more people on that side and be able to shift.
Yeah, I think there's only been about 4 or 5 different play calls for Lafayette this game, and so far every one of them has worked. And that's going to be another run with number 40, their fullback, and he's going to get about 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, did a good job there. I'm not sure they made the tackle as much as he just kind of tripped up because it didn't look like he was hit by many Wolverines, but he went down. Right now, the Wolverines need to look for this screen pass, need to look for this end around. They know what they're going to do just based off of what the personnel they're running. They need to be able to diagnose it and get a stop. This is going to be one of their power sweeps or a run up the middle with the fullback. It's going to be one of the 2.
Yeah, it looks like they've got another fullback run, and he's just breaking tackles, and it's going to be another first down for the Ramblers.
Yeah, this fullback has not been able to be stopped for any less than 5 yards so far this entire game. He is able to just get downfield and run right through this Wolverine front.
Yeah, every time he just puts his head down, lowers his shoulder, and just pushes through that offensive and defensive line.
This Wolverine defensive line needs to stack the box when they see that personnel. So right here, it's the same thing. So
it's the same formation right here.
What you should do is you should bring in the linebackers a little bit.
This is going to be an end around to number 5, and he is taken down pretty quickly. It's a gain of about 4, so that wasn't terrible.
So on that formation, whenever they have the 2 receivers or 2, I guess, running backs more to the out, and then the fullback right behind the quarterback, what they should do is bring the linebackers up maybe a yard or 2, because if they can force the running backs inside, it'll allow the defense to respond sooner.
It looks like the Ramblers are going to get a flag because they broke that huddle with 12 players, so that's going to be about a 5-yard penalty on the Ramblers.
What to watch for here? Every time the 2 times LaFayette has had penalties on them, they've ran a screen pass after. The one time that happened, they ran the screen pass. Watch the screen pass. Look for that quarterback to be stationed back and there to be trips off to one side.
Yep. That's for sure what I expect to see right here. Number 11, their quarterback. I believe his name is Hayden Prince. We haven't talked about him much yet just because it's been handoffs and screen passes all game. It's going to be they are in the same formation that they have been in for the screen pass. It's going to be a screen pass. It's number 2, I believe. It's Z Williams, and he is going to get about 5-6 yards before he is finally taken down.
Yep, I mean, down at the 39, I believe they're announcing. He got a little bit further after, but I guess they blew it dead. They're giving him the 39, so they've got maybe 6 yards to go, 5 yards to go here on 3rd down. The Wolverines have to get a stop.
Yeah, this is where, if you're the Wolverines, this is make or break territory. Is they've had no key to stop this Lafayette defense or offense so far. So they've got to be strong on the defensive line, and those linebackers have to be ready to get to whatever outside, and the Wolverines are going to jump off sides, and that's going to give the Ramblers a free 1st down.
That is not what the Wolverines needed to do. They had to get a stop there. And if they did, then they needed the offense to go out there and have a positive drive. But right now, the Wolverines need to force a negative play here, which they did they did a lot against Pepperell.
Yeah, we'll see what the response is here. I believe it was Kai Clark. I think he was lined up as a linebacker on that play. He was getting ready to blitz and maybe stop the end around before it was able to, and that's another end around. And he's just broken another tackle, and he is going to be gone. It's another touchdown for Bryson Pinson.
Once again, the Wolverines having trouble sealing off the edge there. Bryson Pinson just gets to the outside and gets a huge gain. The Wolverines cannot have that happen, and now the offense is going to go back out.
There is a flag. I think it's going to be a block in the back on the Ramblers, as I believe it was their receiver number 1. I think he maybe hit Nick Moreland as he was behind. And it's going to be holding, so that's going to back the Ramblers up, and it's going to be a 1st and 20. Or a 1st and 15, sorry.
Thank God. The Wolverines could not have had that happen. Right now, the Wolverines it's the screen passes and it's the end arounds, and it's whenever they get to the outside, the Wolverine corners who are more inexperienced have trouble.
Yeah, so you got a break right there, so the Wolverines have to
screen pass.
Yeah, they're in that screen pass formation once again. The Wolverines have to retaliate after that. Another big touchdown, and they were saved by the penalty. And it's going to be a deeper pass, and it is to number 5, Bryson Pinson, who's just wide open. There's no one on him.
Great job by LaFayette there. I mean, they signaled it like it was a screen pass, and I called screen pass right before the play because that's what they'd ran it out of. And they just had him going out on a wheel route. Bryson Pinson, who had that big run, that time no flags, and that time it's going to be a LaFayette touchdown.
Yeah, they're back in their PAT formation. That was a pretty easy pass for their quarterback, as there was not a single defender around him. Here's the extra point, and it is up, and it is good. That's going to be a 28-13 game.
We'll be back in 30 seconds for more DCHS football on DCTV.
And we are back. with more Dade County football on DCTV. We've got Hayden Dunn, Evan Mims, and Hayden White in the backfield to receive this kickoff once again. We'll see if we can get an explosive return right here to retaliate against that explosive drive by Lafayette. They had 2 big plays. One of them was called back by the penalty, and then right after that they just threw the ball deep and had a wide open Bryson Pinson for the touchdown.
4 minutes, 11 seconds left in this first half. The Wolverines, if they don't score, they should at least need to take all the time off the clock.
Yeah, it's going to be Evan Mims who gets that kickoff, and he's going to be finally taken down around the 30-yard line. He broke about 2 tackles and then was finally wrapped up.
One thing that happened last drive for the Lafayette offense, they got behind the sticks a lot more, and normally that equals good things for this defense, but it wasn't able to. The Wolverines need, and I mean need, to take some time off of this drive. They need to take passes deeper than 15 yards. They need to run the ball more. They need to focus on making it, if it's third down, third and short, it's a third long, third and medium, which it's been a couple times.
Yeah, I think the key to this drive is just mixing it up. We've got Hayden Dunn in the backfield. He's going to motion Hayden White, and it's going to be end around to him, and he's going to be taken down pretty quickly. He was hit hard. It's going to be about a 2-yard gain for him.
Right now, the Wolverines, I don't know, I would say, because this clock is going to keep running, the Wolverines are just going to try to run off some clock and try some, maybe need to try a big play here. They haven't tried to go deep except once to Jack Floyd, and he was open. They need to try a deep ball again.
Yeah, we've got the same formation as the last play. It's going to be a handoff to Cannon Womack, I believe, and he's going to just get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Yeah, Cannon Womack's the man that scored the last run. That time he wasn't able to break off an explosive run. Right now, the Wolverines have to convert. They cannot give this Lafayette offense the ball back because Lafayette has not had a drive yet where they didn't score.
Yeah, they've been super explosive. Cannon Womack just came off the field. I believe Colt Owens is in the game at running back now. So we've got Drew Dubel and Hayden White and Jax McMahon at receiver. I would expect a pass right here, maybe a screen pass, but he's going to motion Hayden White, and it's going to be a fake handoff to him. It's going to be a deep ball to Jax McMahon, and it is off the chest of the receiver, and Jax McMahon could not bring it in. It was through the hands of him and off the chest of the defender.
Yeah, that was not, I'm not sure that was the best ball to throw there because it seemed like there were 3 defenders kind of surrounding Jax McMahon, and that safety was right there ready. The Wolverines need to target Drew Dubel, Evan Mims, and Hayden White a little bit more because they have been pretty inactive this first half.
Yeah, we've got Wayne Garmany set to punt this ball away, and it's going to be a pretty decent punt, and I'm not sure where it came down. It looks like it may have gone out of bounds. It's going to be around the 43-yard line, so that ball looked like it was a pretty good punt, but it looks like it was just heading away from us and went straight out of bounds.
Yeah. It was very high, and I thought maybe Wynn could have kept that ball, but we'll be back in 30 seconds. Actually, no. We both the offense and the defense are already out here, and they're ready to go.
We've got 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in this half. The Wolverines have to stop this offense, especially because the Ramblers will get the ball as they come out of the half. And so if you can't find a stop here, then it's going to be very hard to win this game.
The Wolverines cannot, if the Wolverines allow a touchdown here,
it's going to be Bryson Pinson with the run, and he is breaking tackles, and he cannot be stopped. And he is all the way to the 10, 5, and touchdown, Bryson Pinson.
That is the worst thing that could have happened. One play, a touchdown for Lafayette. Right now, the Wolverines have to score. Luckily, the offense getting the ball back quick with 2:23 left. They need to score a touchdown. If they don't, it's going to be super, super, super hard.
Yeah, this is not a winnable game if the Wolverines can't find a way to score on the next drive, or at least stop the Ramblers as they come out on the half.
Yeah, we'll be back in 30 seconds. More DCHS football on DCTV.
Coach Freeman.
Hey, what's up?
This is Shane Gillis. He's one of our newest donors. Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, good to meet you.
We've met a bunch of times. Coach, I got to tell you, his donations do come with some requests.
Okay, like?
And he also wants his own whistle.
Whistle?
Let's go! Here we go. Another play. Here we go. Another play. Run it back. I didn't love it.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV as the Ramblers just got their 5th touchdown of the game with Bryson Pinson. Another just simple end-around handoff, and we weren't able to stop him at all. He broke a couple tackles and was just free to run. It's going to be a kick to Evan Mims, and he's going to take it, and he is going to be tackled pretty quickly around the 27-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Evan Mims just got hung up behind someone when he was trying to return and wasn't able to get big yardage.
Yeah, so not great field position to start this drive, but it's close enough to where you can do something. You've got about 2 minutes left on the clock, and I believe all 3 of your timeouts. So we'll see if the Wolverines can find a way to score on this drive. And I would say the passing game needs to get going.
Yeah, absolutely. The passing game needs to get going, and they need to be able to take a couple deep shots here. They cannot do anything that's not big
It's going to be a
plays.
quick pass to Drew Double, and he is going to get about 4 yards before he is finally taken down.
Yeah, Wolverines have to, and I mean absolutely by all means necessary, have to score here. That was a good first play for the Wolverines, and they just need to be able to string a bunch of those together and get a touchdown or at least a field goal.
Yeah, there's 1 minute and 50 seconds left on this clock with it running, and you've got a 2 wide receiver set, and there's going to be a false start by the Wolverines, so they're going to lose all the yards that they gained on that last play. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
That is the last thing the Wolverines needed right there. The Wolverines cannot have any more negative plays, and they couldn't even really have that one unless they can get a big play here, which the Wolverines have struggled getting.
The Wolverines we've only been in a 2 receiver set all drive, so it doesn't look like they're leaning super pass heavy this drive, and it's back in the same formation. So we'll see with 2nd down and about 1 minute and 43 seconds left. It's going to be a handoff to Hayden Dunn, and he is going to be taken down immediately. He's going to get back to the place where this drive started. I think, he got about 1 yard. LaFayette thinks the ball is out, but they're saying that he was down, so it's going to be a 3rd and 10.
Wolverines have to convert on this play. They absolutely have to. They cannot give this explosive LaFayette offense the ball back, because if they give them back, they can score.
We'll see what Coach Potion decides to call here. It is 3rd and 11, I believe, so he did not gain any yards on that play. It looks like the Wolverines are just going to let the clock run out before they call a timeout. It's at about 1 minute at the moment.
Wolverines have to get this first down here. If they don't get this first down and they give LaFayette the ball back, there is a very good chance LaFayette can score. We'll be back in about 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DCTV.
Oh, what was that? Ow! Eli, you idiot!
We just ruined somebody's day.
And we are back as the Wolverine offense is coming back out on the field. It's a 3rd and 11 for the Wolverines. We'll see what they've drawn up here. They've got Drew Double out wide on the right side of the ball with Hayden White on the other side. Just a 2 wide receiver set once again.
This Wolverines offense right here they have to convert. It looks like it's about they have it at about 3rd and 11. Wolverines need to get a big play here.
And it's going to be a fake handoff, and Wayne Garmany has the ball, and he almost broke free, but he was grabbed by the jersey and they were able to bring him down. He gains about 9 on that play, so it's going to be a 4th down and 2 for the Wolverines.
One good thing that does for the Wolverines is that it's going to make the clock run a lot unless LaFayette calls a timeout, and it looks like LaFayette will call their last timeout of the half. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more DCHS football on DC TV.
Coach Freeman.
Hey, what's up?
This is Shane Gillis. He's one of our newest donors. Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, good to meet you.
We've met a bunch of times. Coach, I got to tell you, his donations do come with some requests.
Okay, like?
And he also wants his own whistle.
Whistle?
Let's go! Here we go. Another play. Here we go. Another play. Run it back. I didn't love it.
And we are back as the Wolverines are still in the huddle. It's 4th down and 3, and I would guess there's going to be a punt right here. The Ramblers called a timeout pretty early. I think they're going to try and score once again to end this half. They're already up 3 scores here now, and I think right here is maybe an opportunity to test the fake punt, especially because the Ramblers want to score again, so they're going to be ready to return this ball probably as deep as they can, so they're going to get back and be ready to return it.
Yeah, it could be a time to run this fake punt, but also it's just we're at our 36, 35, and we've struggled so much to stop them, and the last thing we need to do is give them more or less room to work with.
It is going to be a punt, and it's going to be a better punt than last time. It's going to be taken around the 30-yard line, and Pinson got the ball, and he is broken free, and it's going to be Hayden Dunn who finally just throws him out of bounds.
Thankfully, Hayden Dunn was there because it looked like he could have been gone. Down to the 48, this Wolverine defense has to stop them. There is only 20 seconds left, 20.6 seconds left in this first half. The Wolverines cannot give up a score here.
Yeah, you have to do everything possible and everything in your power to not let them score again going into the half where they get the ball to come out of the half. So they're, up by this much. Their game plan coming out of the half is probably just going to be to run off as much clock as they can.
Yeah, it looks like they could do that wheel route again, but if I were the Wolverines, I'd be looking for this screen pass.
And it is going to be another deep pass, and he's decided to take the ball himself, and he's just going to slide. So that's going to be about a 2-yard gain, so I'm not really sure what the plan was because they don't have another timeout, so that's going to let the clock run out. So that's going to send us to the half.
I would like to give a special shout-out to someone that complimented our commentating of the last games. I got to find the text. Shout-out, Miss Roro Wheeler, Amber's mom. She was very kind to us, and she was very complimentary of how we announced games. I would like to shout her out. All right. And now we will take you
in public
to
schools, we don't just imagine our futures. We make them real.
Mr. Biller's class have learned how to troubleshoot and use problem-solving skills and critical thinking skills in his class, and learn how to use 3D printing to make parts for the green power car that we use to earn money for our class, and of course, open up different career paths for me for the future.
Being in healthcare has truly shown me how many possible career paths there are. Being able to work hands-on and learn about the things I'm interested in has really helped prepare me for the future. I've developed different medical skills and terminology, used teamwork, and learned the meaning of responsibility in this class. It has set me up for any path I choose to take.
This class has opened up a lot of possibilities for me because it showed me how many different career paths are in construction. Mr. Howard's class has taught me many skills like carpentry and electrical, and now I have the skills to pursue any career path I want in the construction industry.
In public schools, every student has endless possibilities.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV, getting ready to start this second half. The Wolverines are getting stretched and ready to kick this ball off to start.
One thing I want to see from this Wolverine defense, because they're going to LaFayette start with the ball. Wolverine defense, if they can get a stop and the offense can score, this is a still 2-possession game. It's still a 2-possession game, but at least it shows the defense is evolving and learning how to diagnose what LaFayette's running. They've got to get a stop, though. They cannot allow LaFayette to score again.
Yeah, this defense, I feel like a change of formation definitely needs to come in. The formation so far has not been working. They've been in a 4-3 and a 3-4 all game. I think, talking to the other commentators here in the booth, a 5-2 would probably be the best one to go into now, because they've got the two running backs on the outsides of their line just running end arounds at just about every play. And if we can use those defensive ends to stop them, then that would put a huge dent in what they've been using the majority of this game.
Yeah, well, even if they don't do that, what the Wolverines need to do is at least line up the edges more far out.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
More far to the outside, further outside the tackles or just outside the tackles in general, and kind of get linebackers to plug the gaps in between those depending on where the run goes.
Mm-hmm.
And the cornerbacks need to crash more, because the cornerbacks playing really, really off. Way far off, and on these plays, that's when LaFayette's able to get big shifty plays that the Wolverines haven't been able to stop.
Yeah, definitely. I think I could see them waiting to change the formation up until next week, but this is the second week in a row that we have struggled immensely to stop the running game, so something's going to have to change. We've got Drew back out to kick away this, and it looks like he may be getting ready to onside kick this, unless he's just, and it is going to be kind of an onside kick. It goes too far, though. It's right to the receiver, number 16, and he's going to get the Rambler drive to start on the 48-yard line.
The Wolverines trying to catch him off guard, which I think they could have done with Hayden Dunn maybe, but I guess it could have been a tell to the LaFayette special teams there, but that one LaFayette was able to just get on it, and that's kind of what LaFayette did to start the game, and they had a touchdown. So let's see if the Wolverines can get a stop. Also, I'm noticing something: the near side corner is now Drew Double.
Yeah, that has changed, as Drew, I don't know, he didn't play much of the first half. It is just going to be another end around to Bryson Pinson. It's going to be a stop immediately, just a yard gained on that end around. So far, great contain by the Wolverines.
Did a good job there, beating having the edges beat the tackles and force him back inside, and then the linebackers and the rest of the D line just coming in and crashing Bryson before he can get a big gain.
Yeah, we'll see if they just go straight back to that play, or they go back to their screen pass, or maybe try something different, as the Wolverines have clearly made adjustments here to their defensive personnel.
Yeah,
They're
I would
back. It looks like they're going to be, it's another fullback run by number 40, and he's going to get 7 yards before he's taken down. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8 for the for the Ramblers, or 3rd down and 2.
This fullback has kind of just been able to run out well. I think he's averaging now after that run, I'd say 6.5, 7 yards a carry. The Wolverines have not been able to plug it up the middle. But now 3rd down here. If the Wolverines can get a stop, I would make sure to get ready for them to try to jump you off sides, because they did it wrong.
And it's just another fullback run, and he's going to get the 1st down and another yard or 2 more. And that's going to be a 1st down.
It's kind of like our D-line pushed through and was able to kind of beat the inside was able to beat the guards, but then that didn't allow them, because they're running him so close, that didn't allow them to catch him further back, and he just ran right by them, and then it was up to the linebackers who were too far back.
Yeah, he's been hard to stop tonight. Just puts his head down every run and just pushes as hard as he can. They've got the two running backs on the outside of the line once again, and it's going to be an end around to, I believe, Pinson. And he just keeps going to the outside, and they still can't stop him. And Z Williams is all the way down to the 10, and he's still pushing. He's finally stopped at the 10-yard line. And that's going to be first and goal for the Ramblers.
What a run off that. Every time they've ran that formation, they've had deuces off to one side, and that's the way they've ran that end around to get extra blockers. And the secondary is just trying to let him come to him instead of like pushing toward him. So, Yeah,
that's going to give them a first and goal to start this half. That's exactly the exact same play that they ran pretty much just about every play the first half, and it's going to be another fullback run right up the middle, and he's stopped around the 4-yard line. It's going to be a second goal.
Wolverines got to stop those runs up the middle. You've got to be looking for those runs up the middle with that fullback like almost every single play. They got to stack the box. Maybe put 5, 6 on the line to stop him.
Yeah, he did not come out of the game, so you could definitely expect that exact same play, especially with how much he's averaging. There's no need to change it up right here for them.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an end around. He fumbled it a little bit, but he finally retained possession, and he's going to gain about a yard on that play.
I was wondering if maybe that was one of those where the quarterback was going to keep it, especially the way the wide receiver just kind of like let go of the ball. So I was thinking maybe the quarterback had it, but he didn't, thankfully, and the Wolverines stopped him. But it would have been nice to get a fumble recovery there as we're sitting at third and goal.
Bobbled it, and it almost looked like he dropped it for a second, but he was able to retain possession on that play. It's that same formation once again, and we'll see what they do. And it's going to be a fullback run, and they stopped him for a second, but he is just able to push through, and that's going to be a touchdown for LaFayette.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought they would do. They would just push right through that defensive line, and he's just such a hard-nosed runner. He's able to get downfield and score big.
Yeah, so the Wolverine offense showed a little bit of hope at the start of the drive, getting one quick stop on that end-around play before they ended up giving up the big plays to the right up the middle, and then the big end-around play to Z Williams. And here's the PAT, and it is up and good. So that's going to give Lafayette a 42-13 lead.
We'll be back in 30 seconds for more DCHS football on DCTV.
And we are back as the Wolverine kick return unit is heading onto the field. It is the same 3 returners that they've had all game. We'll see if they can get anything better than they've gotten so far. I think the best return has been about to the 30-yard line so far, other than that one kick out of the bounds where we got, or actually that may have been a punt where they got all the flags and sent them back.
I don't actually remember. I believe it was a kickoff, and it was just a short kick.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember.
Here's the kickoff, and it's pretty deep. It's going to be Evan Mims once again who gets it, and he is going to be stopped immediately at the 25. 2 Ramblers just came in and stuffed them.
Yeah, well, now to the Wolverine offense, they got to be able to run this ball, and they got to be able to get positive yards consistently here. Put this Lafayette defense on the back foot and just drive them downfield and just score. So maybe the defense can get some hope and maybe get a stop.
Yeah, it looks like we're in a 4-receiver set with Hayden Dunn in the backfield at the running back position. We'll see what the Wolverines decide to do come out of the half. It's going to be a handoff to Hayden Dunn, and he finds a hole, but number 40 is going to get there, and he's going to have about 9 yards, so that's going to be a 2nd and 1.
Hayden Dunn is just such a hard runner. He keeps his legs churning. He keeps getting yards. Another good run there. Hayden Dunn has just been been a really big bright spot for this Wolverine offense in the past 2 games.
Yeah, he's definitely been our X factor, and he comes out of the game for Cannon Womack to go in now, who had a decent touchdown run in the 2nd quarter, I believe, and it is going to be a handoff to him. It's going to be a counter, and he tries to get to the outside, and he's going to reach for the first down, and he's going to gain about 2 along with a first down on that play.
Yeah, good job there. Although I would have liked to see him get vertical a little bit quicker, he did a good job bouncing out and just extending his arm as far as he could to get the first down.
Yeah, he did everything he could to get that one.
Yeah,
It looks like Hayden Dunn is back in the game to replace him.
I like seeing that effort from both these running backs, and hopefully Colt Owens soon he can show some similar effort to that.
And that's going to be a fake handoff. It's going to be Wynn who takes the ball himself, and he is taken out of bounds. I think he gained 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, good job there reading the defense and keeping the ball for himself. Hayden Dunn just kind of ran into a crowd, and Wynn, although it looked like it could have been a negative play, did a good job getting upfield and just getting some positive yards.
Yeah, he does need to be careful. He got his arm grabbed, and they used that to sling him out of bounds on that play. That's not something that you want to see your quarterback doing on that play, especially this early in the season. It's going to be a pass by Wynn, and it's right to, I believe, Jax McMahon. Yeah, that is Jax McMahon. He's got a big first down for the Wolverines.
Big play there, the biggest passing play of the day so far. Wolverines need to throw more balls like that more consistently. Get a man going a crosser over the middle and getting just big positive gains. That's going to open up more plays shorter and longer.
Yeah, that was by far Wynn's best pass of the game. And pretty good catch by Jax. He kind of had to get to it a little bit. It looked like he was behind on his route slightly and was able to get it and got about 7 or 8 yards after the catch. And it's Cannon Womack right up the middle for the run. He's going to get about 5 yards.
Did a good job there, just going. He sat behind his blocks for a second, found a gap that opened up, hit that gap, and got maybe 5 or 4 yards here for second down.
They're subbing out Cannon on this play. I believe, Hayden Dunn is back in the game. We've got number 4. I believe that's Caden Williams in the game at receiver. This is the first that we've seen out of him tonight. So we'll see if they try and use the unknown player to this Rambo. Wynn is under pressure for this play, and he's just going to have to throw it, and Drew Duble almost gets to it, but he's able to get it close enough to him where it's not intentional grounding, but it does go out of bounds.
No, LaFayette, that's one of the first plays where they've gotten a ton of pressure here on Wynn Garmany and not let him sit back in the pocket whenever he's been able to pass. He's had a solid amount of time back there, but he's not been able to complete a bunch of passes around.
Yeah, I think that our O-line, especially on the passing plays, has been probably the biggest plus of this game for the Wolverines. They've given him time other than, I think, one play other than that one. And Cannon Womack, the running back, misses his block on that one. And Wynn's going to take it himself, and he's got the first down and about 7 more yards after that. So that's going to be another Wolverine first down.
Yeah, good job there. Although Cannon I'm not sure he missed his block as much as his block just beat him. So whenever the block beat him, Wynn did a good job rolling out and getting a big gain. Wolverine offense looking very good on this first drive, but the defense has to reciprocate it.
Yeah, this defense has had no answers to this big running game by LaFayette. And it looks like Hayden Dunn is back in the game at running back. So we'll see if they try and get the run game back up or if they keep the passing game momentum if they can. And he's got time, and he's going to go to Caden Williams. And I think he got 5-6 yards. Looks like they're going to give him 7 on that play before he is taken down immediately, but a good catch. And there is a Rambler down after that play. So we're going to go to a 30-second break. We'll be back in 30 with more Dade County football on DCTV.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV. We've got about 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in this quarter. That is number 1 for the Ramblers. Their wide receiver 1 on this team, he went out and he's having trouble putting any weight on his foot. And it's a quick pass to Caden Williams once again, and he's got a first down and about 5 more yards after that.
Second time we've seen Caden Williams, only the second time we've seen him this game, but also both of them have been on this drive. Both of them have been pretty good gains of about 6 or 7, 5 yards, getting big gains and just letting this offense work.
Yeah, it looks like they're around the 11-yard line. And it's Cannon Womack in the game at running back. We'll see if they give it to him once again. Last time the Wolverines were in the red zone, it was a handoff to him, and he was able to get a pretty good run. And it is going to be a pass, and he's going to go to, and Drew Dubel drops the ball. He was wide open in the middle of the field, and he would have had a first down and possibly a touchdown as he was right at the goal line with a defender right behind him.
What a good scheme drawn up there by the Wolverines. It caused the safety in the corner to drift off and then the linebacker to drift in, leaving Dubel wide open with only a defender on his back. Had it, and he just dropped it.
Yeah, he was hit pretty quickly, and I think that is what dislodged it because it looked like he had the ball initially. And the wind's dropping back once again, and he is struggling to find a target, and he's got Jax McMahon who drops the ball. It goes right through his hands, and that's going to be a 3rd and 10 with a second drop by a Wolverine receiver in a row.
The Wolverines, they gotta make those catches. They cannot have those drops happening this late in the game, in a game where they have to score touchdowns.
Yeah, that's 2 key plays where there was a drop. So we'll see if, I think Jax came out of the play. He's clearly frustrated on the sideline. And they've got Jack Floyd in the game instead. And Wynn is moving out of his pocket. And it's going to be a throw and incomplete. It was just short of Evan Mims. It's going to be a 4th and 10 for the Wolverines.
3 passes there for the Wolverines. I would have liked to see at least one of those be a run because with Cannon Womack in the backfield, he did a great job running in. And I would guess they're going to go for it. We haven't seen any field goals out of this Wolverine team yet.
It looks like it is going to be Cannon Womack in the backfield, along with 3 receivers on the right and 1 on the left. That is Caden Williams. We'll see if he's had 2 big catches this drive. We'll see if Wynn looks to him again for the key catch. And there's going to be a flag. I believe that's going to be holding on the Wolverines. So Wynn, he's just trying to find some receiver open, and he is just going to try and rush, and he's got to run out of bounds. And that's going to be the end of this drive for the Wolverines.
There by Wynn Garmany did a great job keeping that play alive. Even though there was a holding call, they're going to decline it. But a good thing is that the Wolverines showed ability to drive. And now the defense has to come out here and get a stop, a big stop.
Yeah, that was a rough drive for the Wolverines. They showed showed hope at the beginning and then had 2 drop touchdown passes. And then at the end, a holding call that just made it pretty much Wynn either had to go out of bounds or just risk giving the Ramblers even more field position. And it's going to be another end around, and he is kind of just breaking tackle after tackle. And Hayden Dunn finally takes him out of bounds, as it seems like he's the only Wolverine that can stop him tonight.
Yeah, Hayden Dunn has made every single tackle on that kid. Every time he's been there to make the tackle, Drew Double missed one diving for the legs. And just right now, this Wolverine defense has not been able to make many tackles once they get to the outside with these corners.
Yeah, we'll see if it looks like the Wolverines have made some subs on defense. Once again, they're seeing what they can do against this high-powered Rambler offense. And it's just another run up the middle by number 40, and he's going to gain about 2 or 3 off of that run.
Yeah, good job there. That was the shortest gain that fullback's been able to get, showing that this LaFayette offensive line is kind of wearing down. This Wolverine defensive line can hopefully get some stops here.
Yeah, we'll see. It looks like the Wolverines are only sending about 3 or 4 on the defensive line and just trying to have the linebackers further out, trying to stop these end arounds. And they're just using that to run the ball up the middle, as they do once again. And he's going to get another first down.
After that short gain, you could think maybe the Wolverines were starting to figure out how to stop those big runs up the middle. And then there he rips off a big 8 to 7 yard run to get a first down.
It's going to be another first down for the Ramblers, and we'll see if the Wolverines can stop them on this set of downs. They're back in the end around formation, and it's going to be an end around to Z Williams, and he's going to get
good tackle.
First down.
First down, but a good tackle there by Evan Mims in space, not allowing that run to get any further.
So they're going to give him the first down on that call. It was Z Williams with another good run to the outside. He is so quick to get outside of this Wolverine defense, and he gets to those pretty inexperienced corners that the Wolverines have and is able to just break tackles and move through them all. And Bryson Benson is able to get around again, but Hayden Dunn once again is the one that stops him.
Hayden Dunn has made, I don't know, 5 tackles on this kid. He has been it's felt like he's been one of the only kids that has been able to consistently tackle this kid, and more so just sling him out of bounds and sling him down.
Yeah, he seems to be the best looking defender for the Wolverines this game, as he's been the only one that can stop Bryson Benson. And it's going to be another run up the middle with number 40, and he's going to get about 5 on that play, so it's going to be a 3rd and 1 for the Ramblers.
Yeah, after that, we've got about 45 seconds left here in the third quarter, and I'm pretty sure right here LaFayette's just kind of running off clock. They're not focusing on those big explosive plays. They're focusing more on not allowing the Wolverine offense to get a ton of time to have the ball.
I definitely expect the exact same play call right here with just needing 1 yard, and I don't think he's had any less than 1 yard, and yep, he's got it, and even more, he's just dragging Wolverine defenders, and he's going to get about 10 on that play. That's
Ethan
another
Lynch,
LaFayette first down.
Their forward back, 40, Ethan Lynch, has just ran it down the Wolverine defense every single play. They have not been able to stop him.
Yeah, we've had no answer to stop him or Bryson Benson tonight, and that is going to end the third quarter of this game.
We'll be back in 30 seconds or a minute with more DCHS football on DCTV.
In public schools, every season brings new opportunities.
From building with your hands
to teamwork on the field.
Family on me, family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Family! And creativity in the classroom.
Where rhythm
and harmony
build the future.
Public schools also open doors to give back.
and to prepare for the future.
Public schools, endless possibilities, and it all starts here.
And we are back as the Rambler defense is back out on the field with a 1st and 10.
LaFayette offense is back out on the field, not the Rambler defense.
Yeah, sorry. We'll see if the Wolverine defense has any answer for this running game still.
Sorry for having to correct you, Cruz.
It's okay. They are
looking like it's going to be that screen pass or that deep ball that they.
Yeah, that is this is primarily their passing formation as they put Z Williams in motion, and it's another deep pass, and it is wide open to number 1, the player who got hurt on defense last drive. He is back and has got himself another touchdown.
I mean, they ran a screen pass a ton in the first and second quarter, but then they kind of flipped it halfway through the second to that deep ball. This Wolverine defense still expecting that screen sometimes. They've just been able to burn it by them deep.
Yeah, they've had no answer for just about anything that the Ramblers throw at us tonight, and it's going to be a PAT up and good. Once again, that's going to make it a 49-13 game.
We'll be back in 30 seconds for more DCHS football on DCTV.
And we are back on DCTV with more Dade County football as the Wolverines will be receiving this kickoff. We'll see if we can have any more momentum or anything on offense. The Wolverines have put up 13, but still not much more than we saw last week against Pepperell. A little bit better game by Win Garmany than we saw last week. He hasn't thrown any interceptions yet, so that's definitely a plus. And then we've had not a terrible run game going. It's just been hard to string drives together and get multiple good plays in a row.
Yeah, this Wolverine offense has looked okay. The run games look good in spots, and the drops for the wide receivers haven't been as bad, apart from their
that last
Jackson,
drive.
Drew. But even then, it's to be expected, especially from high school kids. But right now, this Wolverine offense needs. I mean, they gotta leave here with something. And you want them to leave with a touch. You gotta have them score a touchdown, and maybe the defense go get the stop.
Yeah, with a hard game next week against Temple, who is a super run-heavy offense, just like this Lafayette offense. You've got to find some momentum to get yourself into next week, and with the really good Temple team that we've seen so far this year, it's going to be another tough game for the Wolverines next week.
Yeah, it is going to be a really tough game. I remember checking the stats for Temple last year, and all their top guys, like none of them were seniors. So it's going to be a really tough game for the Wolverines. But I think the Wolverines can be up to the challenge as long as this defense can show up like they did against Pepperell.
Yeah, here comes the kickoff. We've got the same 3 returners in that we've had all game. And it's going to be another pretty good kick out to about the 10-yard line. It's going to be Evan Mims who does get it, and he's taken down by a shoestring tackle around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, there was a little looks like a little scuffle between players. Also, it looked like there was something odd happening with Mims and I think Dunn in the middle. They both kind of went for the ball and both thought they were going to have it, but it ended up being Mims, and he gets it out to about the 27, I believe.
Yeah, we'll see what the play call is if we go more run or pass heavy on this drive. With about 11 minutes left in this game, I think we could definitely see a little bit more running. We've got Hayden Dunn in the backfield with Wynn, along with 4 receivers in the game.
Yeah.
It looks like Caden Williams is back in the game. He was probably the bright spot of the last drive, who had 2 completions, and it was his first drive of the game. And it's going to be a pass by Wynn, and he is pressured a little bit as number 50, Wyatt Hurst, did miss his block. And it's just a pass downfield, and it's tipped up in the air by Evan Mims, and it was too far behind. I believe Bryson Bethune is in the game at receiver. This is the first time that we've seen him all year at receiver.
Bryson Bethune was a really good receiver on JV last year. He had a couple of big catches against some teams, so hopefully they'll keep him there and let him develop there and keep him at corner because he's been pretty good. But right now, you got to see them try to take more deep shots. One thing they did early against Chat Prep was take those deep shots, and they scored on them. But they've kind of faded away from those as the season started.
It's going to be a handoff to Cannon Womack, and he's going to get about 2 yards on that play.
It was a good run there. Cannon Womack has been a good, consistent, hard-nosed, get a couple yards, make it if it's on first down, second, and more manageable. But here on third down, or when it's on second downs, I would like to see more Hayden Dunn in because he's got more of the speed aspect.
Yeah, definitely. He's back in the game here on third down, along with the 3 receivers on the right and 1 on the left. This same formation that we've seen by the Wolverines all game tonight. And it's going to be a shotgun pass by Wynn. He's got to roll out of his pocket, and it's going to be a pass downfield to Bryson Bethune was the target, I believe, but it was about a yard or 2 in front of him, so he didn't have a chance at that. Almost intercepted, too.
Yeah, a yard or 2 in front of him. Looked like it was going right at a Pepperell defender there, so that's absolutely not what you want to see from this Wolverine offense. So right now, it's going to be...
Yeah, punt team is back out on the field with Wynn Garmany set back to punt it. You've got Z. Williams and Bryson Benson back as your returners.
Cannot let up a big return here.
Wynn thought about faking it right there, but he is just going to punt it. And Bryson Benson is going to be the one that gets the ball, and he is on the outside, and no one is able to stop him yet. And he is trying to go back to the outside, and Nick Moreland was able to come from behind and take him down around the 47-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, if Nick Moreland wasn't back there, I think he could have been gone because he did a great job cutting it back all the way across field.
It looks like Lafayette is going to take a timeout here, so we're going to go to a 30-second break. We'll be back with more Dade County football on DCTV.
I've got more on the line because I've trained too hard to let up now.
Some people chase dreams. I ran from reality. Every day, it's the same battle. Me versus that voice.
Discipline isn't what I do, it's who I am.
So when that moment finally comes, I don't rise to it, I return to it.
Powerade, it takes more.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV. I believe that Lafayette did take that timeout in order to put their second string guys in, as Bryson Benson is out on the sideline with his helmet off. So it looks like we're going to see the second string. Wolverines are going to lead their first stringers in, I believe. Yeah, the Wolverines do have their first stringers in the huddle still.
If you're the Wolverine defense, you got to find a positive here. After all these successful drives here from Lafayette, I don't think the Wolverines have gotten to stop once. right here, although it's going to be second strings in all likelihood, the Wolverines got to get a stop.
Yeah, I am curious to see if they just run that same formation again, even with not having Z. Williams and Bryson Vincent in the game. We'll see if they do just stay with that formation. You've got about 8 minutes and 13 seconds left in the game, so definitely probably going to see some running here to get this clock down.
Yeah, definitely. It wouldn't surprise me if LaFayette just chews this clock down. And if they don't score a touchdown, I'd assume that this is probably going to be one of the last possessions, if not the last possession of the game.
Yeah, it is that same formation, and they motion a man, and it's going to be a handoff right up the middle. The fullback, he's got 11 yards on that play. It's another first down.
Yeah, another big run there from the fullback. I don't know if that's their starting fullback or if they're backup, but all their fullbacks are just able to get downfield and get big gains.
Yeah, I believe that was their backup, and it looks like the Wolverines have also made some substitutions on the defensive line with, I think Jax McMahon is on that defensive line, along with maybe Dawson Smith, too, who just came in the game last drive. And that's going to be another fullback run. And that was a good play by Jax, as he was able to get around quickly. And he is only going to get about 3 yards on that play.
From what I understand, Jax was in talks this week of being one of the main guys moved to this defensive line to help with speed off the edge and stopping these outside runs. But they, I guess, decided against it, and now we're seeing him get to be on this D-line where I think he played most of last year.
Yeah, he did until he was eventually not on the team anymore. It looks like there's some confusion by the Rambler offense. One of their receivers is confused on which side to go to, but it is going to be that same formation. And another fullback run right up the middle, and they can't even stop him now. It is finally Kai Clark who takes him down, and he's all the way to the 12-yard line.
Big gain there from the Lafayette fullback, and these fullbacks are just able to just run up the middle. And the place where we thought the Wolverines were really good with the run was up the middle, and it's just been a big struggle as of late.
Yeah, this defense is just, they seem like they don't know what to do anymore, even against the second string.
Yeah, it seems like they've kind of lost hope, and I don't really know.
It's another fullback run right up the middle, and they're still struggling to take him down. I think he's got another 10 yards and another first down all the way to the 4-yard line.
About 5:50 left in this game, and right now Wolverines got to do something here to try to get a stop.
40 left to go in the game. County Trails 49-13.
Looks like they are in that same formation. I think the smartest move for them is to just run up the middle once again, with the Wolverines not showing any sign of stopping it, and that is what it's going to be. And it's going to be a touchdown for the Ramblers. It's going to make it a 55-13 game.
This Wolverine offense going to come back out. Maybe this special teams can do some good things, but right now it's just looking like really all negatives here for the Wolverines.
Yeah, not much going our way tonight. It's going to be a PAT. And it is up and good once again. That's going to make it a 56-13 game.
One thing that the Wolverine offense has done good is Wayne Garmey's looked a little bit more consistent. As we will send you guys to a 30-second break, we'll be back with more DCHS football on DCTV.
Coach Freeman.
Hey, what's up?
This is Shane Gillis. He's one of our newest donors. Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, good to meet you.
We've met a bunch of times. Coach, I got to tell you, his donations do come with some requests.
Okay, light.
And he also wants his own whistle.
Whistle?
Let's go! Here we go. Another play. Here we go. Another play. Run it back. I didn't love it.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV as this kickoff unit is going out on the field. Looks like Hayden White is late to get out on the field. It's going to be the same 3 returners that we've had all game. We'll see if they can make anything out of this kickoff.
One thing I'd like to see the Wolverines do is maybe just go to 2 kick returners, because really Hayden White has not gotten any of them, of these kickoffs. So unless he gets one here, then it's really just he's been an extra body to block, which is always good.
And it's another decent kick around to the 10-yard line. Evan Mims once again gets the ball. He's running towards the middle of the field, and he breaks 2 tackles. There's 3. And he is going to be finally stopped around the 31-yard line.
A good job there by Evan Mims, showing some shiftiness here. Is right now, if you're the Wolverines, I think you just want to run the ball. Just run the ball here with Hayden Dunn, Colt Owens, and Cannon Womack, and just try to run some clock off. We got about 4:55 left in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, we'll see. It looks like the second string might be coming in for this game, or at least most of the skill positions, except for, I believe, Wayne Garmany is still in the game, along with Hayden Dunn, and then all of the receivers have been taken out.
Right now, they're going to that goal line formation that scored them a couple touchdowns here. I guess just trying to get some positive runs, and I think he got maybe a yard.
Hayden got about 1 yard on that play, if that, and that's going to make it a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, we haven't seen that formation before this game, and I guess it's what they run on the goal line when they need guaranteed yards, and right there, only a yard, as this LaFayette defense is just playing with a big chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, the Wolverines' offensive line, I'm seeing some new faces with, I believe, Dawson Smith being one of them. He is one of the younger players on this team. He is super strong in the weight room, and I know he is pretty durable. So we'll see if he can make any sort of difference here, as they seem like they're just going to run the ball this game. And it's Colt Owens who loses the ball, and that's going to be a Rambler ball, I believe.
Yep, ref signaling. No, ref signaling Dade ball. Looks like they just barely jumped on it. Looks like there was 1 Wolverine, 2 LaFayette Ramblers. Thankfully, the Wolverines did hop on it.
Yeah, I did think. Yeah, multiple refs are calling different things. So it looks like the Wolverines are going to retain the ball. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Colt Owens just bobbled that handoff and was not able to find it on the ground. And I'm not sure who did recover it for the Wolverines. It looked like a Rambler jumped on it immediately, but I guess he did lose it somewhere in the pile.
Yeah, I saw Wayne Garmany jump on late, which makes me think maybe he got it. Maybe Colt Owens wrestled it back. He's a very big, strong kid.
It's going to be a handoff to, I believe, Boogie
Wayman.
Yeah, he's going to get about 2 on that play. It's going to be about a 4th down and 7.
Yeah, good job there. Just trying to mix it up, show new players, and show a new position to run the offense out of by the Wolverines this late in the game.
Yeah, we'll see if the Wolverines decide to just go for it, or if they are going to call a timeout as soon as the clock runs out as far as it gets. It's about 2 minutes right now. And yeah, that is what the Wolverines are going to do.
I assume the Wolverines are going to punt it, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's still about 25 seconds left on this play clock, so that's going to get it to about a minute and 20 seconds before the Wolverines decide what to do. I definitely think a punt is the smart thing to do. No need to get anybody on the offensive side of the ball injured, especially if you're leaving in your starters. So no need to take risks there.
Definitely. Also, I could see just the Wolverines calling a timeout here. Yep,
here it comes. So we're going to go to a 1-minute break. We'll be back in just a minute on DCTV.
I've got more on the line because I've trained too hard to let up now.
Some people chase dreams. I ran from reality. Every day, it's the same battle. Me versus that voice.
Discipline isn't what I do, it's who I am.
So when that moment finally comes, I don't rise to it, I return to it.
Powerade, it takes more.
And we are back with more Dade County football on DCTV. We've got 1 minute and 19 seconds left in this game. It's a 4th down for the Wolverines, and it looks like they might be looking to go for this in that same formation. So we'll see if they are able to get anything.
Strange formation to go for a 4th and 7 with. Maybe you're going to jump them off sides, get it a little bit closer to the nope, never mind. There's just
it's going to be a fake handoff, and Wayne Garmany has the ball, and he is able to. I think he's got the first down and more, and he is finally taken out of bounds. I think he's a 46-yard line, so that's a first down and a lot more. Good play by Wynn.
One thing that we've seen that's going to be a positive here is that Wayne Garmany has showed the legs a lot more on these designed runs. The Wolverines have showed more complexity to this play calling on the offensive side, but it's just definitely not been enough.
Yeah, last week, whenever Wynn was running a designed play for the run, he was not able to get much at all, but tonight I think we've seen 2 or 3 first downs out of him on those designed runs, even if it's just a read option. They're back in the formation with about 25 seconds left, so this will probably be the last play of this game, and it is just going to be another play by Wynn. He's going to try and stay in bounds and is going to be taken down after about a 7-yard gain.
Kind of a strange play call, especially with him being your quarterback, to have him run the ball to end it, but that's the game clock. Final score 56-13, LaFayette win.
Yeah, that is going to end this game and our stream for tonight. We thank you for watching, and we'll be back next week as the Wolverines take on Temple. We'll be back next week at 7:30.